This is Putting It Straight. Rethink your beliefs. Redefine your life.
Are you tired of getting angry and mad at yourself sometimes for not being able to say no when people make requests to you? Maybe you were like me some years ago. I used to be people pleasers, unable to say no, with the result that I feel trapped without freedom and energy to do what truly matters to me. In this video, I'll show you how to say no without feeling guilty or awkward, plus how to live a balanced life of freedom. But before we go on, let me first of all let you know that you have to learn. We must first why saying no is essential. And I'm going to tell you some 3 reasons. There could be more that makes it difficult for people to say no. That used to make me feel unable to say no when people make requests, ask me to do this, to do that, to offer that. But when actually I know it's not in agreement with my situation. Now, one, setting boundaries is crucial for maintaining your mental and emotional well-being. You see, one has to set boundaries, that is, to select what you accept to do and what you say bluntly, sorry, no, I'm not gonna do that. Because that gives you the freedom to think properly and makes you feel well, makes you feel good. But when you are compressed with all these requests, you have to take care of your own obligations and then meet others. You see, it creates tension and brings some problems to you. Point number two, why people find it difficult to say no, and that it is essential that you know and set the boundaries. The second point is saying no allows you to prioritize your commitment and avoid overextending yourself. When one is able to say no to certain things and to be able to say okay, to accept, to do what the request is. You see, you give yourself time. It becomes possible for you to know what you should say yes, what your own obligations or commitment to yourself are. And that makes you do of others. Every request made, every demand you want to fulfill. You see, that is like you burning your candle at both ends. And that's not good enough for you in any manner. But then, let's also know why we struggle to say no. We have known why we must say no, why it is essential. Now, let's get to know why you should not be struggling to say no. Because at the moment, you realize people who want to be nice, want to be good people to everyone that makes a request to them, these people pleasers, they have a lot of problems inside of them and outside. So the first point here is the fear of disappointing others or annoying them. That's a common fear that drives people to be yes men, yes man, yes women, and all that. It is a lot difficult when some requests come from loved ones, close ones, boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife, your husband, and you are afraid. If you do not say yes and carry out, if you do not agree, then you're going to make them feel angry. You're going to annoy them, offend them, even when it is our parents or some close important person to us, like our bosses at work or media supervisors. or some people we look up to for some benefit. So point number 2 is that the desire to please and avoid conflict. Many people are afraid to say no when they should say, because, like I have said already, you don't want a fight. You don't want people to argue. If it is your wife, you don't want her to shout and talk and quarrel. Or if it is your brother, a very loved friend, okay, you fall out of favor. Then, being afraid of falling out of favor, you simply accede to every request. And by that, you are not being yourself. You have added more load that you shouldn't carry to the loads you have. And so you become a yes man. And at the end, you have mental problems and emotional disturbances. Point number 3, the reason number 3 why you have people struggle to say no is feeling obligated to help even when it is not convenient. Some people have the mental attitude of seeing themselves as Messiah. They have to help, they have to carry out all the problems they find around. People are passing through there. You see, you put yourself in the Messiah's position when actually you shouldn't. So doing this finds you struggling when you think every problem in the world, every problem people have is your duty, bounden duty to solve. You are not meant to solve everybody's problem. And when the moment you forget to have this mental attitude, then you become people pleaser. Now let me ask you, does what we are discussing here now resonate with your situation? Does it look like I'm holding a mirror and showing you, look at yourself? If it is or if it is not, let me have your opinion in the comment below. Now let's move to something else. What are the strategies for saying no? Now you realize it's not good for your health, it's not good for your social, it's not good for. Now, how do we take care of this? I give you three, just three, two. One is that you must acknowledge the request people make, the demands, what people ask you to do, and express appreciation for them considering you to be able to render that. Yeah, people, oh, you're a nice man, you're an intelligent woman, you're this. Please, can you do this? And you know, in your context, in your time, it's not okay. Simply say, oh, thank you. Appreciate that they come to you, because some of them people genuinely come to seek assistance. And so when people come, appreciate that they see you to be what they think you are, being one that can help. But turn the request down respectfully. So the second point is you have to explain why you may not do what they say. You may not grant the request, may not behave that way they want, with respect, and then let them know why you decline. You see, if you do this, begin to implement this over time, before too long, people will respect you. Will know that, that person, if he has the time, if it is possible for him, he would do it, she would do it. But now, when she says no, just know that. So you show your true character and people understand you and respect you for that later in future. 3, you offer alternative solution. Somebody comes and says, I want you to do this. Can you do that for me? Try to say, well, I'm sorry, I cannot. Why not try this? Why not do this? If it was a question of getting people to do something, why not suggest another person? That way, you create opportunity for you to be yourself and the chance to do what is important to you. So give appropriate suggestions that would give you the freedom to be yourself and cease to be people pleaser. Remember, at the beginning of this video, I made a promise to show you how to live a more balanced life. In other words, to have the benefit of the confidence and the boldness to say, sorry, I can't do it, or accepting to do it at the time that is convenient to you. Now, this is how I'll give you three. You notice that our discussion brings about three points. That is to make it easier for you to absorb and be able to practice. So now, one, by saying no, it enables you to create a space for your personal growth. You have time to grow, to develop emotionally, and to do a few other things without being choked, feeling choked. You now have time for self-care and not being the messiah, taking care of other people's needs and problems and ignoring yourself. And then the pursuit of your passions, the things you need to do, the things you have to do. When you say no to some of the requests, you have more time to take care of these things that matter to you. Point number two, the reason number two, to help you live a balanced life, is that saying no when appropriate empowers you and prioritizes your well-being without guilt. When you say, sorry, I can't do that, at least now, sorry, sir, that is not possible. You see, when you do this, you do not feel guilt, because otherwise you bring guilt upon yourself. I did not do that. It is not your duty to turn the world into the perfect one. You try only as much as you can. Don't feel guilt. It's not your bounden duty to help everybody and to carry out every command or wishes. The third reason or way, strategy for you to live a more balanced life is to know that saying no is not a sign of selfishness. Ignore what people might think, might feel. He's a selfish. He concentrates. He can't do this for me. Can't. You are not, like I said, supposed to be Christ, but you can help when that is possible and easy for you. But rather than a necessary step towards a more balanced life, a more fulfilling life, when you behave in this way, you'll find that you can now live your life comfortably without anxiety, without anger towards yourself, without feeling overwhelmed, particularly when you have little or no time left for you to do what is important to you. Now, let me ask you, make a request of you. Which of these we have discussed really resonates with your own experience? Let me have your opinion in the comment below. Do you consider these discussions important? Is it worth your time? Do you consider personal development tips I've just given good enough? Then say so. But don't forget to subscribe, like, and share to friends who might need this counsel. But most of all, rethink your beliefs and redefine your life. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.